Hello there, and thank you for joining me once again on the Wandering Wind. Today we remember a day that has not been easy for many and has not been an easy topic to discuss for many people. There are many people that still remember this day 10 years ago as either the worst or the scariest days of their life. I myself remember that day very well. I remember sitting in class. I was probably 10 at the time, 10 years old. And I remember being scared. Actually, it's 20 years now, 20 years ago. 10 years old and scared out of my mind because I did not know what was going on and what was happening. I saw a picture of a burning hole in the side of the first building. And the only thing I could think of was, how are they going to reach the flames? How are they going to put out the fire if they can't get up that high? Because even at that point, I knew that fire trucks didn't have that long of a ladder. They didn't have that powerful of a hose line. They weren't going to be able to put out the flames. And then I thought, what about the people? And they did not show news coverage where they saw people jumping from the building, because as soon as the announcement was made, the school started procedures to have us shipped off home as quickly as we could, because they wanted us to be home with our families, where we could be safe and where we could be protected. I'm grateful for my teacher. I think, if I remember correctly, this was when I was in a class with Mrs. DeNovo, was the name of the teacher. And I remember she had said, would you like to watch what is going on? And all of us students said, yes, we want to know, because she respected us as intelligent individuals that were able to be asked if they wanted to be informed or not. And I remember being very thankful that she did not shield us from the information until we had already gotten home. I got home and I said, Mom, I know what's going on. What does it mean? She said, I don't know. No one knows. And then the second tower. And then the first tower fell. I remember at that point just going, please, God, please let there be people that survived. Please let there be people that made it. Because every time I remember those days, I remember the fear. And as I look back now, as I look back and see the aftermath that occurred following that event, we are still so far from where we could be as the human race. Because we went after the people that did this. We stayed too long. We wasted thousands of people's lives, thousands of soldiers' lives that could have been used elsewhere, because we kept fighting a bloody, endless war that could have been ended as soon as we'd found and executed bin Laden. There was never going to be a good way to recall the troops, though. Procedures were started last year, but had they started this year or next year or 5 to 10 years ago, the outcome would still have been a bloody mess because there was no good faith on the side of those that were being left behind to defend their homeland. There was no good faith on the part of the Afghan forces. And that is a fault on both sides. I agree. But remembering this day, remembering the lives that were sacrificed in the name of jihad, in the name of a holy war against what they considered to be the great Satan, the Western world, the Western civilization. I weep for the people of our time. I weep for the masses that lost their loved ones in this bloody conflict. I weep for the thousands that lost their lives in this flashpoint that started the whole thing. But what can we learn? We can learn 3 things. 1, in times of trouble, we as Americans come together and support one another. Because that day I saw bravery in the eyes of not just the first responders, but the everyman, the everyday people who came down and said, how can I help? Doctors who were out of town just visiting New York rushed to the scene to try and help the people who were injured. Medical personnel fighting to get to the injured. Firefighters and fire crews bravely battling against time to try and empty as many floors as they could. And people struggling to hang on, who days or weeks later were rescued from under the rubble. Bravery like nothing that America had seen before or has seen since. Because whatever you believe politically, when we stand together, we stand strong. When we stand united as one people, we stand strong. And when we stand against tyranny, and against the persecution of people who are completely innocent, we stand strong. We shall never forget, and we shall always remember this day. Thank you. May we always remember. May we always be thankful to those who showed courage this day.